Hi, my name is Rick Gualtieri, and this is another installment of Tales of a Midlist Author, in which I hope to impart some useful advice to anybody looking to get into this crazy industry. In this installment, what I want to talk about were the rules of writing, the rules of storytelling, what have you. Now, if you're just starting off, you're sitting behind your computer, you're just cranking out stories by yourself, there's nothing wrong with that. That's all fine and well. Maybe you have some of the more famous guides out there, a few books on storytelling and stuff, sentence structure, all of that. Also, nothing wrong with that. What you're going to find though is once you widen your professional audience, not your reading audience, you join some forums, you join some groups out there where other authors. What you're going to find out there is that there are a whole lot of rules that people put forth of what you're supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do, as far as telling a story. And you're probably wondering, okay, well, which one should I follow? Well, the truth of the matter is, I would say for the most part, none of them. Um, Everybody has their own has their own opinions in there because as far as writing goes, there really aren't any rules. There are just guidelines. Um, I mean, as far as rules, I would say, one, should your story be edited? Yeah. What that means, I leave to you. We can discuss editing in another installment. Some people can self-edit properly. Others need a third party. I'm one of the latter. You need a good cover, and by that I mean a good professional cover that other people find appealing, not just one maybe you slapped together in Photoshop and said, "Hey, I'm really proud of this." That's great that you're proud of it, but have other people look at it and give you their honest opinion. And then you need a really good blurb. Basically, your mini summary that kind of entices people. And we'll talk about blurb writing once again also in another installment. Um, and obviously, you need a well formatted book. But that's really it. As far as the rest of it, you're going to have people out there telling you, "Oh, no, nobody, likes prologues. Nobody likes epilogues. Nobody likes first person. Nobody likes third person." And the truth of the matter is, all of that advice is meaningless because for everything that somebody says, nobody likes this, you're going to see somebody out there who's raking in the millions doing exactly that. I would especially be dubious of any time you hear the phrase, well, nobody who's serious in this industry or no professional writer would ever do X. Because that's not a hard and fast rule, mind you. Um, sometimes it has nothing to do with writing, it has to do with the rules of how you should behave. In that case, a good rule of thumb would be replace professional writer with not a scumbag, and you might have something in place there. For example, no professional writer would ever give their pseudonym cancer and then set up a fake fund to get donations for themselves. In that case, yeah, that's pretty good advice, because if you're planning on doing that, chances are, well, you probably are a bit of a scumbag. Hopefully, none of you are who are watching this, but I'm just kind of putting that out there. But if if you put in that phrase and really just doesn't make any sense along the lines of no professional author would ever start off their books with an author note or something silly like that, chances are you can really disregard it. Because here's the thing: if you were to listen to every rule out there, every little bit of advice that's given, you're really going to gut the soul of your story. And here's the thing: would you rather have a story that's maybe breaks a few rules, maybe is unconventional, but is really well told and really engrossing to people, or something that is by the book and reads like cabinet instructions from IKEA? I know which one I'd rather read. But the bottom line is this: if you're asking yourself, what rule should I follow? Really, there's one main rule: write a story that makes you happy. Because here's the thing: if you make yourself happy, there's a good chance that you're going to make other people happy, because you're going to find other people out there with your tastes, your preferences, and go from there. See how big your audience is. See what they think about it. Look at their feedback. That's going to be the important thing. And I already mentioned before, not acting like a jackass with regards to feedback, but try to learn from that feedback. Do people like your characters? Do they like your plot? What are what are common complaints people say about? Those are rules that are worth following. Not every bit of advice out there that's along the lines of, well, nobody writes epilogues anymore. Epilogues are crap. All my books have epilogues, and I can tell you to date I've had 0 complaints about them. So make of that as you will. I would say anytime you get something like that, take it with a little bit of grain of salt. And once again, as long as the story you're writing is making you happy, and it is professionally formatted, edited, has a good cover, has a good blurb, I wouldn't worry too much about that. At the end of the day, people giving you advice is great, but the reading public are going to be your true judge. So pay attention to what they're saying. And that's it. That's pretty much all I have to say on that subject. This has been another Tales of a Midlist Author, and my name is Rick Gualtieri. Hope to talk to you next time.